Imagine if Trump supporters or just in general American patriots had the same realization that the Democrat riot mobs had, which is, hey, if we go out en masse and do acts of violence and crime, nobody stops us. Imagine if Trump supporters and patriots and conservatives had that same realization. Imagine a group like in Virginia, say. Remember Richmond, Virginia? 20,000 Americans armed to the teeth. By the way, no one got shot that day. But imagine, no criminal behavior either. Imagine that we could have looted the whole town. We could have looted the whole town and burned that Capitol to the ground, and no one would have stopped us. Nobody did. That's not our intentions. We're going to continue taking your calls for the next 2 hours. These callers are just too good. It's always great. Open Line Fridays, the callers are just so spot on so many different angles. I do have some news I may get to. It's just such a joke, folks. Fox News runs a poll this morning. Biden, 12 points over Trump. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and taking an axe to the back of the neck is popular too. Taking an axe to the back of the neck is more popular than Trump. Latest polls show. Axe to the back of the head. 12 points over President Trump, according to the latest polls. It's all fake. And, part of me wonders if Trump at this point is like, because we're all just sitting here like, why isn't the president doing anything? And most of that is just like him using the bully pulpit to fight this and be our voice in the White House. Yeah, say that the masks are BS. Be honest about the COVID, how they spiked the numbers, how they sent it into nursing homes. Folks, they're literally, they look, if this is, they either intentionally released this out of the Wuhan lab just to see how quickly it could spread, to test what could be a real bioweapon. Because now they're testing everyone across the world, and they know where it came from, and they can say, okay, came out of here on this day, and now it's in 90% of the world population that we tested 6 months later. That's a high efficacy rate, Bill. Whoever it may be. It's a very high efficacy rate, Tony. Whatever random doctor it could be, maybe short. But now they did it. And we all bought into it. Think about how sick that is. They just did it right in front of our faces. And again, whether or not this was an intentional bioweapon release or not is irrelevant at this point. They had their man-made virus released from a lab, and then they tested its efficacy over the course of 6 months. And so now they know. Now they know how they can spread it. Now they know how they can do it. Now they know how quick it'll go down and how effective it'll be. And we just played along for the whole game like a bunch of guinea pigs. Let's go back to the phone lines. We've got a caller calling in from Tulsa, where we will be tomorrow at the Trump rally. It's going to be huge. Rose calling in from Tulsa. Go ahead, Rose.
Appreciate what you do. I would like to focus on Pence. He put together the White House task force with Fauci and all the lies and deception. Why didn't he have Francis Boyle on that task force? And why have they allowed that deep state propaganda to be thrown at us? I also have other suspicions about Pence. First of all, he was a governor of a state that had a lot of human trafficking. Why didn't he do something about it? His friendship with Pelosi, and when she was leaving the country, Trump had her passport frozen and her planes grounded because there was a threat on Trump's life by Pelosi's whole propaganda bunch. Okay. Also, why is Pence always under the radar? Nobody ever questions him. The deep state never attacks him. Why do they like him so much? I think he's an enemy within.
Well, it's sad, but if you made a calculated gamble on that, the odds would probably actually be in the favor of you being right. I
Also,
wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go that far. I'm not sure I agree with you on this. I would say that the biggest red flag to me is what you said about how Pence put together the task force with Fauci and Birx that ended up screwing us, worse than dropping a soap in a prison shower. So
and wasn't he the person that charged Flynn with lying initially? So
I don't think he had anything to do with that. We could look that up, but
yeah, I think he was the person that charged him with lying to the vice president. And I just think that he seems to be so untouchable, and I question that because the deep state doesn't ever attack him. I hope I'm wrong, but I do wonder about really where he's coming from.
Well, they have attacked him. I mean, Pence has definitely been under attack, not nearly as much as Trump or others, there's no doubt. But it was more so in the early stages of Trump's campaign and presidency.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I understand. I'm nervous of everybody in D.C. Don't get me wrong. If you're Trump, you got to be the same way. But look at Bolton. I mean, Bolton is a perfect example. And it's Bolton and it's Bushites. It's Bushites like Bolton. It's Bushites like John Roberts, who's just John Roberts isn't a conservative. He's a liberal. So the conservatives still don't have the Supreme Court. They've left-wing activated their John Roberts on the Supreme Court now. So, I mean, it's the Boltons, it's the Roberts, and it's the people that suggested the Boltons. So I don't agree with you on Pence, but I totally understand why you would be suspicious, and specifically with the task force.
Yeah, and I'd like to suggest a T-shirt saying, Trump wins, we win.
All right, Rose, thank you so much. Maybe we'll see you in Tulsa tomorrow. Let's go to Brian in California. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Owen, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
So this is my 40th call. This is Proud Boy Brian. And I'd just like to say that I don't know why the Proud Boys, the 3%ers, the Oath Keepers, the Bikers for Trumps, and militias don't have, 500 members each. I mean, it's California. This is the dystopia, and nobody seems to be reacting.
Well, you're asking me why aren't there more Proud Boys?
No, I'm just saying why aren't aren't all of the patriotic militias and Oath Keepers and Proud Boys don't have a whole bunch of members? It's like.
Well, I would say the short answer is they're censored. I mean, Proud Boys aren't allowed anywhere. So how can you recruit when you're not allowed to exist?
I'm doing it right now. Anyway, so I think we should start backing up the police on the ground because they're obviously not getting backup, and their hands are tied because they can't do anything because they'll be fired and arrested. So it's basically up to us. And if the left really wants to make a might make right world where basically the strongest survive, I've been to Haiti, and you don't want that because I've seen exactly how it manifests, and it's 7-year-olds with AK-47 pointing at you.
Well, imagine this, though. Let's be a little more at home with this. Thank you for the call, Brian. Imagine if Trump supporters had the realization that the Biden voters, not Biden supporters, but Biden voters, Democrat voters, imagine if Trump supporters or just in general American patriots had the same realization that the Democrat riot mobs had, which is, hey, if we go out en masse and do acts of violence and crime, nobody stops us. Imagine if Trump supporters and patriots and conservatives had that same realization. Imagine a group like in Virginia, say. Remember Richmond, Virginia? 20,000 Americans armed to the teeth. By the way, no one got shot that day. But imagine, no criminal behavior either. Imagine that we could have looted the whole town. We could have looted the whole town and burned that Capitol to the ground, and no one would have stopped us. Nobody did. That's not our intentions. And so someday that realization will take place. Could be tomorrow, could be next month, could be next year, could be 100 years from now. Hopefully it's not necessary. But that's where we're at. The left wing with its agitators have realized if we go out in mass, look, they put the whole virtue signal name on it just so the media can twist it and not be honest about what's going on. But that really won't matter. If conservatives and patriots and Trump supporters realize that we can go out in mass and get away with anything, how do you think that would go, folks? And by the way, it wouldn't look like a bunch of looting and robbing and arson and criminal behavior. It wouldn't look like that. No, it looked like something much more pure, a revolution, an uprising of men and women who are God-fearing and freedom-loving, taking their country back.
Hey guys, Rob Dew here with InfoWarsStore.com, and I want to tell you about something that I think has really helped me out and I think can help you out too, especially if you have any problems sleeping, and that's Knockout. Let's face it, our life patterns have been disrupted by this lockdown, this government-imposed imprisonment, and it has definitely affected my sleep schedule. But one thing that has helped is Knockout. I take one pill about an hour before I want to go to bed, and boom, I get a great night's sleep. And just this past Memorial Day, I took 2 of them, fell asleep about 1 a.m., woke up at 8 a.m., ready to go. It really has made a difference in my life, and it can make a difference in your life too. If you don't get any sleep, you're going to be a grouch. If you get great sleep, you're going to be on point. You're going to be mentally focused. You're going to be ready to take on the day. And right now, Knockout is 50% off. It's less than $15 a bottle. You get 30 capsules. Give it a try today. It's at a great price right now, and it can really help you get the sleep you need, especially in these tough times. It's Knockout, and it's available at InfoWarsStore.com.
Hey, you there. The battle for the Republic is on. The American Revolution 2.0 is happening right now. But the corrupt establishment doesn't want you to know, and they certainly don't want you to get involved. But you can at band.video. The truth lives at band.video. The information they don't want you to see is at band.video. This is your destiny. This is the epic battle for the future of humanity. America will survive as long as you fight. I've got to go.